Good afternoon. My name is Alex Ramft.
And I'm Justice Cullivan. Welcome to The Grit.
Boys soccer improbable run came to an end against Dublin Jerome this weekend. They finished the season in the top 8 in the state and were regional runner-ups. Congratulations to the boys on a great season.
Cross country finished up their season. For the boys, Sahil Kadari finished 32nd, Cohen Allender finished 50th, Sid Sivakumar finished 72nd, Jackson McKinney finished 147th, Adam Ellison finished 129th, Safik Rudarajo finished 129th, and finally Marcus Hadley finished 152nd.
On the girls' side, Brooke Chapman individually placed second in the state. Congratulations to their whole team for a great season.
For volleyball, last Saturday, the girls won a barn burn against Dublin Jerome, winning 3-2. The Nears are heading to the Final Four. Senior Macy Gerboff had 18 kills, junior Chloe Moore had 4 aces, and senior Izzy Shulvin had 47 assists. Sophomore Bree Bush had 21 digs as well. The girls take on Mentor at 12 p.m. on Saturday at Vandila Butler High School.
Boys football looked to continue their dominant stretch to 11 games against district rival Berlin tonight. The boys played them earlier in the season, winning 31-7. The game will be called on radio on Mixler for anyone who can't come out to the game.
Now let's go over to the man, the myth, the legend, star quarterback Levi Davis.
Hey Pioneers, I'm here with Levi Davis. How has the prep been for this week, and how has it been different from the regular season?
It's been a little different just because we're coming off of a bye week. So, of course, not like we had a game on Friday, but we had a little bit of extra prep time to go into Berlin. But it's been a little mix between not doing too much, but at the same time being extra prepared to go into this week. So, a little different, but keeping it the same.
How do you get the offense going to start the game, and is there any issues on how you combat that?
I feel like my process going into it is just like getting into the game and really just sticking with a rhythm, getting into a rhythm early in the game. So not taking too many shots down or not taking too many risks, but knowing that we're a good enough offense and a good enough team that if we just play consistent and do the same thing we've always been doing, we'll be fine.
What's your message to the team going into this game?
I feel like we're the best team in the state and really just go out there and show everybody that. But we don't have to play anybody in this playoff run that I feel like we're going to have to get another year that we've already been playing with this year. I feel like if we play at our max potential, then we'll be fine. So,
what has allowed the team to take the next step this season?
Dang. As opposed to other years, I feel like it's been a real shift in leadership. I feel like the coaches, the years past, have been more of the people implementing all the leadership into the team and getting people ready. But as far as this year, I think we're more of a team-led team. It sounds weird, but a player-led team. That's what I meant. But
no, I understand what you mean.
Yeah, player-led team.
You have progressed from being a freshman QB to being the senior QB. What is the thing you feel like you improved the most on?
I feel like as far as being a freshman, I came in and I was kind of trying to earn the respect of all the other players. I was 14, 15 at the time, so it was kind of hard being a vocal leader to 18-year-olds and just trying to lead everybody in the same direction. But as far as this year, I think I've really improved on being a vocal leader, not just during the games, but during practice too. So.
Yeah. What legacy do you hope to leave this program in the playoff push?
The ultimate goal is always going to be a state championship. But other than that, just leaving the program better than we found it. We're the senior group this year, so if I can look back next year and the same group is exactly where we are this year, then I think we'll be in a good spot.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Levi. Good luck tonight. Now back to the boys.
All right, now it's time for the best part of the show, the pick'ems, and we got a great slate of college football and high school football mixed up here. We got Berlin traveling here, on the road against Orange. Orange will be at home, 10-0, number 1 team in the region. They already played Berlin, put the whooping to them. It was 31-7. Wasn't very close, not a very competitive game. But Berlin started off the season, I believe, 0-5, and now they're on a 6-game winning streak. So I think this is a much more better team than they played earlier in the year. So I think it'd be a little bit closer. I still got the Pioneers. That offense and is very dangerous in that run game with having 3 different people that can all run the ball in the backfield at any time. Great receivers on the outside. The corners are fantastic on the defense. Linebacking core is taking a huge step this year. Give me the Pioneers to dominate.
Yeah, and I've said it this whole year. On defense, you can't try to make this Pioneers team one-sided because they can do anything on offense. Run the ball for 300 yards. They can throw the ball for 400 yards. You just heard from Levi. Orange is so prepared for this game. There's no world in where Berlin beats them, I feel.
Then we're moving down here to Texas A&M, traveling to Mizzou. This will be a fun game. I think Mizzou with Ahmad Hardy, one of the best rushing attacks earlier in the year. Now they've been struggling down the stretch. They're on their third-string quarterback, a true freshman from Missouri, going against the number 3 team. And a lot of people thought Texas A&M should have been number 1 coming in the playoff rankings. I was not one of those people. I'm a little biased. But Marcel Reed's looked fantastic, Heisman candidate. They got Mario Craver, who's looked fantastic. Kevin Concepcion has looked fantastic. I think Texas A&M, I think it'll be a little bit closer than Texas A&M will like, but I think they pull away in the end.
And I think this is going to be one of those great SEC matchups where it seems a little lopsided going into it, but it's going to be a great game coming down last to the fourth quarter, obviously. I could see this. I think this game's actually going to go into overtime. It's an elite team, but I think Texas A&M is just too complete of a team right now at this point, and is one of only 3 teams that I consider a full national championship contender right now, which is the top 3 seeds in both ranking systems, A&M, Indiana, and Ohio State. So I'm going to take Texas A&M. They're just too good of a team right now.
The big noon kickoff, Joel Klatt and Gus Johnson will be calling this one. We got Indiana taking on Penn State, traveling to Happy Valley. District rival ex-quarterback Ethan Grunkemeyer will be starting in his 3rd game, which is going to be the 3rd straight time he's played a top 10 defense in a row. It's brutal. I mean, the guy didn't play too terrible against Ohio State. Wasn't really throwing the ball deep too much, but I didn't think he looked too bad in that game. But it's just really tough to come in and have to play Iowa on the road, Ohio State on the road, and then now you have to play Indiana at home, who's the number 2 team in the country. Indiana, they got the Heisman hopeful, Fernando Mendoza. They got Elijah Surratt might be coming back for this game. Omar Cooper is a great receiver. I'm going to take Indiana, and it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, and this is probably, in my opinion, one of the biggest trap games of the year. Obviously, Indiana dominated everyone. The offense has been putting up 50 points a game, it seems. Defense has been amazing, too, giving up low points, obviously a top 10 defense. But this is in Happy Valley. And this Penn State team, besides losing Drew Aller, really doesn't have too many pieces missing. At the start of the year, they were ranked one of the top teams in the country, obviously. The talent is there. Everything else is not. I think that this is going to be a lot closer than what the spread says, what everyone thinks will happen. Everyone's predicting an Indiana blowout. I do think Ethan Grunkemeyer plays his best game so far against Indiana, even though it is obviously against another amazing defense. I do think this game comes within 1 score, but Fernando Mendoza and Curt Cignetti are going to come out with the win.
They'll be traveling to Texas Tech versus BYU. This is the best game of the weekend, most would say. So this one's going to be fun. We got Bear Bachmeier, a true freshman, probably the best true freshman in the country right now. Don't like his number 47. It's very odd. But he has been phenomenal. He reminds me of Max Duggan, if you remember, at TCU. Just a guy who will go out there and get the win no matter what it takes. Running it, passing it, he can do it both. With that being said, they're playing against one of the best defensive lines with David Bailey on this Texas Tech side. He has been fantastic. They also got Rodriguez, the linebacker who might win the butt kiss this year. This defense has looked electric, and now with Bear Morton coming back, Texas Tech is going to be a rabid fan base. I think it's going to be a really, really close game. But I'm going to say Texas Tech to win this one.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree with you here. Go with Texas Tech. Obviously, both sides of the ball are really good this year for Texas Tech. I just can never get myself over the hump of what BYU does at the end of the season when they start playing good teams. BYU always is destroying all the bad teams they play, get to like 9-0, get ranked top 15, top 10 in the country, and then lose a bad one to a really good team. I'm going to take Texas Tech by a lot more than it should be.
All right, then we got Oregon traveling to Iowa. This one is going to be a really weird game considering the weather that will impact this one. There's supposed to be sleet, hail, rain, you name it, it's going to be there. It's going to be a mess, which I think really favors the team who can't throw the football in Iowa. Really good running quarterback in Gronkowski. He cannot throw the ball to save his life. I mean, he's got like 900 yards through like 8 games. 8 games through the season, so not very impressive. Oregon has really looked shaky, and I really think this number 9 was valid by the playoff committee. I think the AP has been overranking them the whole year. They haven't had a big win this year. Their best win's against Northwestern. So I'm going to take Iowa, actually, in an upset. I think that it's a perfect storm for Iowa to beat Oregon. I think any other scenario, Oregon wins. But I think because of that weather, because it's going to have to be a tough, hard-nosed football game, that's exactly what Iowa's good at.
Yeah, and Oregon obviously is very talented, very explosive team. But it seems the past couple of years they don't really have the grit as much as like former Big Ten teams like Iowa does, or similar to how teams like Nebraska and Wisconsin play. In these conditions where you can't throw the ball at all, it's always the gritty team. However, I do think that this Iowa offense, even though it's a great running offense, I just don't think they're good enough to put up more than Oregon's going to. Obviously, Oregon doesn't really have the run game as much as they probably should this year, but I think Dante Moore is still going to have a really good game through the air relative to what the conditions provide. Obviously, he's not going to be throwing for 400 yards, but he's going to do enough so that Oregon can take home the win against Iowa.
And then finally, the recently departed Brian Kelly Tigers taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa. I mean, this LSU team is reeling. They might have Whit Weeks, their best defensive player, back coming in this game, which will be huge. Their defense has not looked good since he's been out. It's really taken a huge drop. Alabama, on the other hand, their running attack is kind of scary on how bad it is. They really rely on Ryan Williams and Isaiah Horton and Jermaine Bernard and Ty Simpson, of course, to that passing attack to really win the football game. If LSU is able to get Whit Weeks back, their secondary players well, I think they could turn this one into a good game. That being said, Alabama has looked like one of the top teams in the nation. I think they're fairly ranked at number 4. Give me Alabama. I think it'll be a little bit close in the beginning, but I think Alabama comes out in the second half and dominates.
Yeah, and I mean, there should be no reason Alabama loses this game. LSU losing their coach, losing everyone, it feels like, but even though they've really only have like a couple big injuries such as Whit Weeks, as you were mentioning, Garrett Nussmeier has not looked amazing. He's not looked amazing. He's not looked to what he should have been this year. Obviously 5-3. LSU has nothing to lose in this game. They're going to go out, play fast, play hard against Alabama. But I think Ty Simpson and this passing attack is too much for the Tigers, so I'm going to take Alabama as well.
It's great to hear.
That's all for our show. Thanks for tuning into this week's edition of The Grit. Make sure to support your Nears in action this week. I'm Alex Ramft.
And I'm Justice Colvin. We hope to see you right here on next Friday on The Grit. And as always, roll Nears.